I've spent over a decade in finance, 3 years studying it, 9 years in banking, and now teaching it to thousands through this channel. And here's something I've noticed. People with real money don't act the way you'd expect. They're not flashy. They're not loud about it. You could sit next to a millionaire at your local coffee shop and have absolutely no idea. But once you know what to look for, the signs are everywhere. Here are the signs that someone is secretly wealthy, and more importantly, how adopting these habits could completely change your financial life. The first sign, they're weirdly calm when money comes up, not showing off, not avoiding it, just calm. Most people, the second money gets mentioned, salaries, rent, what something costs, there's a shift. They get defensive, they start comparing, or they change the subject entirely. But wealthy people talk about money the way they talk about the weather. No weird energy. No flexing, no downplaying, it's just information. That calmness isn't a personality trait, it's a position. Strong emotional reactions to money usually signal one thing: scarcity. When you're calm around money, you negotiate better, plan longer, and invest rationally instead of emotionally. To build this yourself, use neutral language. Don't say something is expensive or cheap, just say the number. Do regular money check-ins. Looking at your finances weekly makes it familiar, and familiarity kills anxiety. And talk about money on purpose. Low-stakes conversations with friends or a partner. The goal isn't to agree on everything, it's just to stop flinching. The second sign, they spend money on incredibly boring things: asterisk accountants, insurance, index funds, quality tools. Cleaners, nothing flashy, nothing Instagrammable, just effective. Flashy spending, designer bags, luxury cars, expensive holidays you post about creates three problems. It depreciates fast. It inflates your lifestyle so you need more money just to maintain the same feeling. And it creates social pressure to keep up. Boring spending does the opposite. It protects you when things go wrong. It compounds quietly. It frees up your time and mental energy for what actually matters. Research consistently shows that time-saving services and stress-reducing purchases correlate far more strongly with long-term satisfaction than status goods, which only give short-lived happiness spikes. Nobody's ever posted a photo captioned, "Just hired a great accountant, feeling blessed." But that accountant might quietly be the reason they retire early. To adopt this, audit your maintenance spending first. Ask what keeps your life running smoothly and invest there before upgrading anything visible. Prioritize purchases that reduce recurring friction and delay status-based upgrades. Wait a set period of time. If you still want it after the novelty fades, fine. Most purchases don't survive the pause. The third sign, they're noticeably unhurried around money, not indecisive, not lazy, just unhurried. They don't panic buy during hype cycles. They don't rush into investments because everyone else is. They pause, they ask questions. They're completely comfortable saying, "I'll think about that," because long-term wealth isn't built by chasing every opportunity. It's built by avoiding bad decisions and letting compounding work uninterrupted. Make low-stakes decisions quickly. Make high-stakes decisions slowly. That applies to careers, businesses, investments, almost everything. To build this habit, introduce a mandatory pause rule: 24 hours for small decisions, 7 days for medium ones, 30 days for life-altering ones. Urgency fades, clarity improves. Also ask yourself, what happens if I do nothing? That single question filters out a shocking number of bad opportunities. And build financial slack, emergency funds, low fixed costs, cash buffers. These buy you time, and time removes pressure. Pressure is what causes rushed mistakes. Being able to wait is a superpower. And it's one you can build. The fourth sign, their lifestyle didn't follow their income. At some point, their income went up, but they didn't upgrade everything at once. They didn't turn every raise into a new monthly payment. They had roughly the same stuff, the same habits, the same life, just with more margin underneath. This isn't extreme frugality. It's intentional restraint. And it's one of the biggest drivers of actual wealth. Because when income rises faster than spending, three things happen. The surplus gets invested, your financial buffer grows fast, and your options multiply. Lifestyle inflation is sneaky because it feels like progress. You got a raise, shouldn't you upgrade your apartment? You're doing well, why not get a nicer car? But each upgrade locks you into higher obligations. The millionaire next door made this point clearly. Most millionaires don't live in expensive neighborhoods, don't drive luxury cars, and don't display visible wealth despite high incomes. Their defining trait wasn't earning. It was controlled consumption, the quiet gap between what they made and what they spent. That's where wealth accumulated. Think of income as water pressure and lifestyle as the pipe. If you keep widening the pipe every time pressure rises, nothing ever fills up. Keep the pipe stable and suddenly you've got reserves. To avoid this trap, automate savings before your lifestyle can absorb a raise. Delay upgrades, only upgrade when the old thing genuinely fails or limits you, not just because you can afford something better. And separate comfort from status. Spend freely on comfort, sleep, health, time. Be far more selective with anything status-driven. The fifth sign, they don't ask, how much does this cost? First, they ask, how long will this take? Is this worth my energy? Can I buy this time back? They still care about price, they're not reckless, but time is often the unit they optimize for. This shift happens once money stops being the main bottleneck. When you start optimizing for time, everything changes. You delegate sooner, you focus on higher leverage work, you stop penny pinching in ways that actually cost you hours. Wealth compounds fastest when your time goes toward high-value decisions, skill building, and recovery, things people consistently undervalue. People with a scarcity mindset protect cash. People with an abundance mindset protect attention. To start thinking this way, calculate your rough hourly value, divide your annual income by your working hours. Use it as a thinking tool. If something costs less than that and saves you time, it's often worth outsourcing. Identify your time leaks, the tasks you repeatedly avoid or resent. These are prime candidates for automation or delegation, and protect your best hours. Do high-impact work when your brain is sharp. Use money to shield those hours from low-value tasks. The final sign, and the one that ties everything together, they don't need you to know. No humble brags, no accidental mentions, no lifestyle broadcasting. If you find out they're wealthy, it's usually by accident much later and through something boring, what they own, not what they buy. Their identity isn't built on money. So they don't use money to signal identity. Needing others to see your wealth is expensive. Signaling leads to overspending, lifestyle inflation, and decisions optimized for image rather than outcomes. But quiet wealth lets money stay invested, compounding unpressured by social comparison. Morgan Housel put it perfectly, wealth is what you don't see, the cars not bought, the upgrades declined, the lifestyle inflation resisted. The wealthiest people I know don't drive the nicest cars. You wouldn't notice them in a room, but you would notice their freedom, the way they can say no, walk away, take risks other people simply can't afford. Their wealth isn't tied up in appearances. It's working behind the scenes. To build this, stop narrating your financial moves. You don't need an audience for saving or restraint, just do it quietly. Separate private success from public identity. Ask yourself, would I still want this if no one ever knew? If not, pause. And reduce financial comparison inputs, unfollow content that turns money into performance. The more you consume it, the harder it is to stay grounded. Most people are playing the status game, where a Range Rover only means something if you don't have one. The secretly wealthy are playing the wealth game. They know it's not about what everyone can see. It's about what's happening behind the scenes, the money being invested, the assets being built. The self-development compounding quietly in the background. And the best part? None of this requires money to start. These are mindset shifts, habits. Ways of thinking about money that you can adopt right now. If this helped, share it with someone who might be feeling financially behind. And if